Started out on live, man, that was the play. Streaming every night, building up the sway. But as the site faded, had to find my way. Now I'm hopping platforms, surfing through the fray. Got my crew behind me, yeah, we call them givers. Chillin' IRL, catching all the rivers. Farkle in the chat, bringing lost to the grind. Talking crypto games while we sippin' Jack Fine. Gives a minute, yeah, we take our time. Living in the moment, the life's a subtle rhyme. From the land down under, streaming through the night. New Zealand vibes, surfing waves day to night. Always looking for the next thrill, that's where I ignite. Community so solid, always shining bright. Rolling deep and cruising for the height. From the struggle to the stream, it's all just a game. But with the giver found, we're making our name. Jack and crypto profits, life just gets sweeter. Every view and every stream, making life a keeper. Gives a minute, yeah, we take our time. Living in the moment, life's a subtle rhyme. From the land down under, streaming through the night. Got my heart on my sleeve, everything feels right. So here's to the journey, no regrets in sight. Each laugh and each tear, it's a beautiful fight. Keep the wave rolling, let the good vibes flow. We're the givers, together in the show. Gives a minute, yeah, we take our time. Living in the moment, the life's a subtle rhyme. From the land down under, streaming through the night. Got my heart on my sleeve, everything feels right. Streams phone, no better days. Gives a minute, yeah, we take our time. Living in the moment, the life's a subtle rhyme.
Hello, the internet. It is Monday, the 27th of October, 2025, and I haven't changed anything, and welcome back to the channel. That's a little sly joke here. For those that know, there's been a lot of issues right now plaguing my streaming. There's a platform that I use to multi-stream from. It's called beamstream.gg, and it almost was .gg for me with that platform the last few days. It just didn't work. So what happens? You send a stream from OBS into Beamstream, and then Beamstream sends that stream out from there to all the platforms that you choose. Now, I've been using it for almost a year now, I guess. Actually, just over a year. I learnt about it when I was on my Uluru IRL stream. Hendrik and Dale Bold came in telling me about it. And I was like, what is it? It's like a restream.io, but it's free, or you have advertising and you don't pay for it. Okay, and it's got multi-chat and it's got a social component to it. Interesting. Sounds like that's what we need. So I went over there and signed up and then started using it. And eventually I ended up subbing to restream.io and just using Beamstream. Everything's been fine, you know. They've been slowly adding new outputs to the roster so you can multi-stream to multiple different platforms. Seems to be working all really, really well. Then at random, just 3 days ago, I went live as I normally do. Nothing. Look down at my bitrate, it's in the red on OBS. Why would that be? I don't know. I got fiber internet here, hardwired in. Don't know why it would be in the red. I haven't had any kinds of internet-related issues for so long since we got fiber. So I was like, that's pretty weird. I fumbled around with it for a while, couldn't quite work out what it was. Ended up cutting the stream and doing a little test. I went and changed my output on OBS. Instead of sending my stream to Beamstream, I sent direct to YouTube just to see what would happen. And lo and behold, first time I pressed live, it went live immediately. Bitrate was in the green. Everything was hunky-dory. I went back, changed the output to the Beamstream ingest, tried to go live again, red. Okay, so what's going on with Beamstream? So I post up in the Discord, get met with the usual rubbish on Discord. People are like, oh no, it's got to be you, man. It works fine for me. It's got to be at your end. Dude, I did not change anything. I did not make any changes to my setup. The only thing I did in Beamstream was add these new outputs. The reason I added these new outputs, because a lovely email came from Angel, CEO of BeamStream, saying, we've got more outputs. It's a total of 25 now. This is awesome. So you can go and stream on Valora.tv. You can stream on Pump.fun. You can stream on, I can't recall the other ones, but all of them. And I was like, okay. So I went and signed up to these websites, got myself a little account, added myself into the situation, added my outputs in BeamStream, and went to use it. Nothing. So what I'm suggesting is that when people post up a support ticket in the Discord, assume that what they're telling you is legit, especially if they carefully word it, because I carefully worded what had happened. And I got met with someone that was saying, basically they didn't read my post. So they asked me the question that was literally in the post, and that set me off, got me frustrated. I'm already frustrated, which is a combination of the word flustered and frustrated. I'm already frustrated because of the thing not working, let alone I got to deal with some dick that wouldn't even read the OP, but yet wants to chime in later on. If you're not going to bother reading the whole paragraph, don't bother commenting. So anyway, today I went live, and what do you know? Didn't work. And I was like, okay, here we are again. It's been 3 more days. What do we do? I made a decision. I'm going to go through and I'm going to turn off all of my outputs on BeamStream. Just send my feed to Beam. No multi-streaming. Just send it from OBS, bam, into Beam, and see what happens. And what do you know? It worked. So what does that tell me? Tells me that all the multi-streaming outputs on Beam are not working. For some reason, they've done something in their back end. Not me, Beam. Now, to confirm this, one of the new platforms that Angel was spruiking, Valora.tv, I got a DM in the Discord from Corey Legendra. Corey Legendra. He said, hey there, don't know where you found us, Valora.tv, but whatever you're using to multi-stream is sending us a completely unusable signal. He says, not your fault at all, first off, but yeah, whatever it is that's doing your multi-stream, beamstream.gg, it's sending a broken feed, and after X amount of failures, it's resetting itself and spiking our API plus our ingest servers. And he sent a screenshot. He said, 100% not your fault, blame the multi-streaming platform, plug in whatever, but yeah, it's been interesting, and I didn't want to kick you off or anything and make you think we didn't want you with us. But I figured I should probably let you know what's happening. Anyway, I hope you get it fixed. And so that tells me, immediately that tells me that it's BeamStream, right? Like if you needed any more clarification that BeamStream was messing it up, there it is right there. So for anybody in the Discord that was saying it's me, you're wrong. How wrong you are is very wrong. You should have just listened originally to my original post, and we might have been able to get through this quicker, because what I've done now, I've gone back in and I had to wait. This is another frustrating thing with Beam. When you stop your stream, you go up and you look at your multi-streaming, your studio in Beam, and it says you're live even though you're not live. Like I stopped my stream. I did a 2-minute test stream just to Beam Direct, and I stopped it. My OBS wasn't even on. My OBS was quit. And up there on BeamStream, it's still got the red bar saying you're live. It went up to like 19 minutes. And I'm there in the Discord chatting with one of the devs saying, it says I'm still live right now. I don't even have my streaming encoder on. So I don't know, they must have cut it. But then when it finally said I'm offline, I set up the stream to go again, turned the OBS back on, turned on the platforms, only the few, right? I did YouTube, Kick, Twitch, DLive. I think that's all of them. That's all. And I just thought I'll go live on those, and you know what? I'll forego all these new shitty little platforms, because let's be clear, do you really want to stream on pump.fun? Do you really want to stream on valora.tv to 3 people? I don't know if I want to. I mean, yeah, a few years ago when I was a first-time streamer, maybe I'd like to do that, get as much reach as possible, but not at the expense of the platform that you're sending your feed to fucking everything up. I just want to go live. I don't want to faff around with the tech. The only thing that pisses me off is when tech fails. Now, I've spent quite a lot of time streaming, been about 6 years of live streaming. I've got my shit down. I've got my setup down. I've got the fiber internet, got the everything, the setup's fine, all my monitor, everything is perfect how I want it. But if the platform that I'm streaming to fucks me over, I will walk away from it and go and do it somewhere else. I'll go back and pay for Restream.io if this is going to be the experience on Beamstream. Now, I love the concept of what Beamstream is trying to bring forward. It's like Restream, but there's a social element. They've got a front page where they have streamers up on a carousel and whatnot. It's cool, right? And they're, strangely enough, and don't quote me on this, but there are good things coming. Echo, echo, echo. We've heard that before somewhere. Where good things are coming. Good things are coming might not be getting 30 multi-stream outputs to these lousy websites. Like, what are they going to do next? FC2 and Rumble and all these Pilled and all that shit. Do you really think, like, I don't think streamers need that. If they want to stream to Pilled, they can put it in as a custom RTMP. You don't need to have it as an email saying, we've now got 30 different websites you can stream to. Let the viewers put in an RTMP and be done. You don't. I think there's more things to be focused on than getting, pump.fun enabled. In other news, now that we're live and we're not having to worry about tech, I did get bitten by a spider, a Huntsman spider. I got bitten on my finger. You might not see anything there if it's not going to focus because my hideous head's behind it. It's not even really noticeable, but there is a little puffage. Now it's gone again. A little puffage. Now, a Huntsman spider is a very non-dangerous, non-venomous spider in Australia, but they look gnarly. They're very common in most parts of Australia and Asia, and they're big and they're slow moving. Did you know this? They're one of the only spiders that does not make a web, but they do have the ability to make a web, but they don't make a web. Did you hear that correctly? They can make a web, but they don't make a web. They use the web coming out of their ass to like go down off. They use it as a bungee cord, but they don't make a web to catch their prey. They jump at their prey. They stalk. They hunt them. Yo, Mount Pezzy, how you doing, man? That's what I'm waiting for. I'm apologizing. This has not been the usual beginning to my stream. I normally come out here very happy and excited. I'm very pissed off today, very pissed off. And that mood's probably going to stick around for the whole stream. So you got an angry Gibbs today. I'm angry. I'm angry when tech fails. That gets me angry. And I accept that. Like, I'm not an angry man. I'm not an angry man. But when tech fails, you will see the devil come from me. I get fucking angry when tech fails, especially when it's not my fault. Like if I did something, if someone said, didn't you buy a new laptop? Aren't you using a new encoding setting? I'll be like, okay, fair. Not me. This time I'm in the clear. I got back from a Lakers game. My Lakers won. Oh, wow, cool, man. That's good for you. So anyway, look, okay, so the story is I finished work. It's late at night. I've got to pick up a bag, a dry bag, because I haven't told you this story, but part of my commute involves across the water. And at nighttime, this is irrelevant. This is not part of the story, but I have to pick up this bag. And I go to grab the bag. It's dark. It's in a big shed area. I grab this bag on the handle, and I immediately feel something that I never felt before. A sensation. It kind of felt like a spine from like a really gnarly desert stinging plant. You know those plants that have like spikes sticking out everywhere? Not that I've ever been spiked by one, but that's the feeling that I was getting. Oh, you know what I've done today? Fuck, idiot. Sorry, ignore that. Wow. Can you just excuse me 1 second? I just got to try something here. I'm just going to change something here. Yeah. So I grabbed this bag and I instantly felt this sensation that I'd never felt before. And I immediately like retracted my hand, and I saw two things happen. One thing flung off down by my feet, and then one thing scuttled off out of the way. The thing that flung off by my feet was this. Now, this is a leg of a spider. I saw that, but I didn't have my glasses on at the time, so I wasn't sure if it was what I thought it was, because it looked to me like a huntsman. That looks like the leg of a huntsman, but I wasn't 100% certain. So what I did then was I scurried around looking for what I would try to, because then I realized I've been bitten by something. And if I had to go to the hospital, it's better to be able to tell them I got bit by a redback spider, or I got bit by a whitetail spider, or I got bit by a huntsman spider. Turns out you don't have to go to the hospital for a huntsman. Anyway, I'm digging around in this clothing area, this scrap rag area, and sure enough, lift up a rag, huntsman. Shot a little video of it. Let me show you the video. Here we go. Full screen that? It is full screen. This is the huntsman that bit me. I got bitten by it. Here's how it happened. This bag, which is my dry bag, was sitting in there, and I went to pick it up. I went to grab it by the handle like this, put my hand in there and just grabbed it, and I felt something on my finger, on my index finger right here, and I instantly jerked back, and I saw something skid off and something fell down to the ground. What fell down to the ground was a leg of because I saw this first, and I assessed that was the leg of a huntsman, but I didn't know it for a fact because I haven't got my glasses on and I couldn't quite see, but I did see something move over here, and then I get closer and there it is. Sorry, buddy. And he's having a hard time too. He lost his leg. Nice spider. Doing something funky with his mouth. The same mouth that bit me. So this is going to be interesting. I have never been bitten by a spider before. There's no real impact. There's a little bit of swelling. Hang on, can we get a... It is kind of swelling up a little. You can kind of, like... That's where it... Can't really do this. You can't really see, but there wasn't a great deal of swellage. There was a little impact hole, I guess, but nothing really to be worried about. I know that a huntsman spider, it's not dangerous. If it bit an infant, like a baby or a young child, possibly it might have a reaction. But as far as I'm aware, there's no venom in a huntsman. But you know, who am I to tell you? Let's find out from First Aid Pro, Huntsman Spider Bites. Let's see what these guys tell us in terms of knowledge. Play it.
If you live in Australia or parts of Asia, you've probably seen a huntsman spider before.
Yep.
They're big, fast, and known for giving people a fright.
Yep.
But what happens if one bites you? Despite their intimidating size, some reaching up to 30 centimeters across, huntsman spiders are not considered dangerous to humans. Their venom is mild and their bites are far from life-threatening. A bite from a huntsman may cause mild pain, redness.
It's got a fang there, right? That fang's already going in, so it's biting right there. But yeah.
Swelling and itchiness at the site. In some rare cases, some people might experience headaches or nausea, but severe reactions are extremely uncommon. If you do get bitten, simply clean the area with antiseptic, apply ice to reduce swelling, and monitor for any unusual reactions.
I didn't do any of that. Oh, I monitored for any unusual reactions. Maybe my reaction today to maybe the reaction I'm having to Beamstream failing is the result of a biter spite. Could be. Can I claim that? If you say, man, you really overreacted with that beam shit, can I say, yeah, but I did get bitten by a huntsman? Do I have a little out there? If it comes down to later on people say, dude, you really went over the top there, I'm going to claim the spider. And then I'm going to start shooting. No.
Medical attention is usually not necessary unless you have an allergic reaction. The truth is, huntsman spiders are more scared of us than we are of them. They prefer to run rather than bite, and they play a vital role in controlling insect populations. especially cockroaches.
Cockroach.
So if you see one in your house, remember, they're not out to get you. A bite might sting, but it's far from deadly. Just give them some space and they'll be on their way.
It's like a fly. It's like a horsefly, right? You get bitten by a horsefly, you're like, oh, it hurts. But do you get really, really worried about it? No, you just shoo it away and off you go. Beaver bear lover. My brother was bitten by a brown recluse spider. It wasn't good. Well, yeah, there are spiders that can mess you up. Malpezzi, bite it back. Bite it back. I mean, yeah. No, I was going to set it free. I wanted to set it free, like lift it up and take it outside, but it was really frightened. It was cowering away back against this little wall area. It didn't want to be a part of me. I was like, no. So yeah, I mean, that happened, and now we just move on with our existence and we enjoy ourselves. I'm going to go and grab myself a coffee, come back in, and we'll just chill out, hang out here. Did I not turn on my restream? Hang on a second. Oh no, restream's on. I do send a RTMP feed to Restream, and that sends out to Facebook because Facebook is a funky one. But I have a new Facebook friend. That's why I was thinking they might be watching. Yo, Andre, if you're watching, hello. I see your messages, but I will respond to them later. So I'm going to take pause here, but can you believe this? If you can't believe beamstream.gg almost going .gg, and if you can't believe me getting bitten by a huntsman, I've also got a fresh surfing video for you. Heavens above. I went surfing a few days ago and I got a clip for you. You know, it's been a while since we've had a new surfing clip on the channel. I'm going to get myself a coffee, enjoy this surfing clip, and if I'm not back in time, you'll see a blowfly doing aerobics on a piece of styrofoam. That's right. The styrofoam might be also getting attacked by a huntsman. No, it's not. By the way, this surfing clip was the day that I cut the stream earlier to go surfing. Remember, I was like, oh man, it's perfect out there. What am I doing streaming? Let's cut it. I cut it. I went surfing. I made a video. This is it. I'll be right back. Alrighty then, Outdoors Woman. I just followed you on DLive but couldn't chat. We do have a period of wait before you can chat. Outdoors Woman 1976, there is a period of time. That's a troll protection measure. Thanks for the follow and also for hanging out on the Twitch machine. Twitch, hey? Twitch, how do you like Twitch? Let's move on in a second. I just ate a cookie and I've also got myself that coffee. Gee, it's good when things work though, isn't it? I'm loving that this is working. So that's the surfing clip. That's why I left early that day to go surfing, surfboard riding, as it were. Let's move right along though and take a little look skins at these tabses we got up the wazoo. Did we start watching this? No, we didn't, did we? The space race. We got tabs up. Look, I'll just say this up front. Been away for a while. Not my fault, but streaming wasn't working. Now I'm back. Do you want to just try to slide our way through a lot of tabses and get them done? I love Twitch. By the way, it's Giggle Pickles. Outdoors Woman. I did not remember, but I do know that. Outdoors Woman is Giggle Pickles. I don't remember, but I do remember, if you follow. I'd encourage you, I'm just going to say this, I'd encourage you to watch on Kick, simply because on Kick you can trigger alerts. Of all the platforms that I stream on, Kick is the only one that allows you to trigger key alerts. Sound drops, as it were. Let's move on. What is happening? The space race. What NASA found on Mars? Oh man, they found something on Mars? Martians?
This is a rock on the planet Mars. And if you look right in the middle, here at these dark spots, then you will see what remains of ancient Martian life.
What?
Or at least that's probably what you're looking at.
What happened there?
This is what NASA revealed in September 2025.
Very well could be the clearest sign of life that we have ever found on Mars, which is
the clearest evidence ever discovered of alien life. And it's inside a sample of rock collected by the Perseverance Mars rover.
That's epic.
Now, what is it about these spots that...
Are we looking at this little black glitch there? Like, can you see my mouse? Is that what we're looking at? That little black thing in the center of the screen? Looks like a little exclamation mark. What's going on with this video? What's going on? We got glitching here? What the hell is going on now? Have I got too many
tells
tabs?
Us life must exist on another.
Have I got too many tabs open or something? I think I've maxed out my tabs. That's awesome. Hope not. No more tabs.
Well, that is complicated, but today we're going to figure it out. First, let's talk about where on Mars the alien rock was found. This is the Jezero crater, the landing site for NASA's Perseverance rover, the most advanced robotic explorer we've ever sent to the Red Planet. NASA chose this landing site for a very specific reason. It's believed that there was a time billions of years ago when this round basin was filled with liquid water. And the reason why we think Jezero was actually an ancient lake is because of this gap in the rim, where we see pretty clear evidence that a river of water has flowed down from the nearby highlands and emptied into the crater. That is the spot where Perseverance landed in 2021. at the mouth of the river, and that's also where NASA believed that they would have the best possible chance at finding evidence just like what we are looking.
So nothing else forms rocks, nothing else makes rocks move, or nothing else. Water is the only thing that can make rocks look like that, right?
At today. So, if life existed on Mars, then it would have been located in a place just like this. But that does not mean it would be easy to find. It took 3 years of exploration before Perseverance finally came upon this one very strange-looking rock poking up out of the sand. What makes this rock so special is that dark, repeating pattern that runs across the surface. NASA calls the little specks poppy seeds, and the larger shapes are leopard spots.
Huh.
Now, let's establish a sense of scale here before we go any further, because the photo that we've been looking at is actually an extreme close-up. So even the bigger leopard spots are just 1 or 2 millimeters across, meaning that the alien life responsible for this would have been very small. We're talking about microbes and bacteria, which on their own are too small to be found by Perseverance. So what we're looking for is evidence that these microbes once existed, the things they would have left behind. And that is what those dark spots represent, a waste product created by active microbial life. In very simple terms, this is fossilized Martian poop.
I was going to say,
that's the most
this is waste. This is shit. They found shit on Mars.
likely
It
explanation
really is the brown planet.
we have right now.
Wait, it's the red planet.
The first thing that NASA did after spotting the mysterious pattern was to send in the rover's robotic arm and use its full collection of scientific instruments to start figuring out what was going on down there. The initial observations showed that this is sedimentary rock, meaning that it was formed slowly over millions of years as the river flowed through and deposited layers of minerals into the muddy ground. Then, as those layers got compacted down under their own weight and the river...
What is going on? Why is Firefox tabbing out? I've got too many tabs open here. Should we open this up in Brave instead? I could do that. It's frightening when I've got this many tabs going. But I've got Brave here. We could just crank it in Brave. I'll just try this. You get audio for this, I'm assuming. It's not even playing. Oh, we haven't got audio tabbed in for this yet. Okay, fuck, really? Okay, forget that. Forget that. I'm not going to mess around with stuff on a stream. I've been told against it. But I definitely have too many tabs going here, but we'll just persist.
Dries up eventually. The mud
Drop the
hardened
res.
into stone. On Earth, sedimentary rocks often contain fossils because plants and animal remains will get caught up in the layers and preserved by the hardening process. What's interesting about this particular location is that it contains some of the youngest sedimentary rock that NASA has ever found on Mars. It's about 3 billion years old.
Imagine they find a
That
skeleton.
means the window for a habitable Mars is wider than we would have thought.
A skeleton would be insane.
It tells us that there was life on Earth and Mars at the same time, both developing in a very similar way.
Wow.
But the only way to know for sure is to go deeper with our investigation. You can see this in a self-portrait taken by Perseverance in July 2024. The team operating the rover already knew that this would be a moment worth commemorating. There's the rock right in the middle of the frame, and the little white circle is where the rover's drill cut and extracted a sample that might someday be brought here to Earth for further study. But we'll come back to that later. Over on Mars, Perseverance was able to provide us with some initial findings that shocked NASA scientists. The rover identified 2 iron-based minerals inside the leopard spots, vivianite and greigite. Now, we often find these minerals inside similar patterns here on Earth, and when we do, it's typically associated with microbial life, also known as bacteria.
Wow.
Specifically, vivianite and greigite are found in the presence of decaying plants and animals. microbes will come in and eat all of that dead organic matter. Then, they create these iron-rich minerals as a byproduct. It's microbe poop. It's important to know that you don't need a dead animal on Mars to feed those microbes. You only need the building blocks of that animal. That is what the bacteria eat, and this is what we call organic matter. Now, here's something.
I really want to watch this, but it's sketching out because of all my tabs. Can I close some shit? What do we got out here anyway? What can we close? Sky Zone Political. I'm closing that. Sorry, Dale. Melodic Mayhem. That looks interesting. What else have we got? A cunt song. That's going to get me dinged. Okay. Tron. Rush. Amerex, how you doing, man? How you doing, Amerex? I'm just looking to see if I can close some of these tabs because I got so much tabbed out here. What's this? The D-Live clips. Bring me the horizon. How you going? SpaceX launch. Another clip. Jets 1. Alpha Tech. Fox News clips, 20 minutes. Can't do that. News Nation. Political. I'm getting rid of the ones that we don't. Okay, that's only 2 minutes. What's this? Scam Busters. Okay, that looks interesting. Wind turbines. Engineering with Rosie, that was called. Engineering with Rosie, the shark. I just want to tell you how it feels. Colin and Samir, the death of art on YouTube with Casey Neistat. Do we really want to see Casey Neistat? Is he relevant anymore? I asked YouTube's CEO the hardest questions. That looks interesting. Gold Coast Tourist Trap. Surfers Paradise. Easy Rider movie clip. Okay. Well, we got rid of a few tabs up the wazoo there. Let's see if that makes any difference.
To think about. 96% of your body mass.
Have I heard of
made from
iShow
just
Speed? Yes.
4 key elements in various combinations. Those ingredients are oxygen, carbon, hydrogen, and nitrogen. We know that Mars contains this organic matter, mostly in crater regions where it was brought to the surface by asteroid impacts, but there were a lot of organics found inside the same rock that was covered by the leopard spots. But that alone does not mean that there is life, so we've been in search of more evidence, and that's what the Vivianite and the Greigite provide for us. Now we have the ingredients for life, and we have the byproduct of life. So therefore, in order to connect the dots, we must have life on Mars, right? Well, that's not exactly what NASA is saying. They are being very careful to maintain a cautiously optimistic but not decisive tone in their announcement of this new discovery. And there is good reason for that. Here's a video from 1996 that shows American President Bill Clinton announcing the discovery.
He's probably making about 20K a stream, excluding donations. Man, wouldn't that be fun? Imagine earning money to stream. I mean, I stream. I don't earn the money, though.
Of what appeared to be a fossilized life form inside an asteroid that broke off from the surface of Mars and landed on Earth in Antarctica. What they found definitely did look like a little worm, but on closer analysis, this turned out to be a non-biological process. It was just water interacting with the rock and creating a worm-like structure. So having the president tell the world that you found fossilized aliens, but then it turns out to be just a weird-looking rock, that's not a good look.
What are my thoughts on iShow Speed? I don't watch any of his content. I only know of him because of, moments in time when he's popped up in sort of current events or whatnot. He seems like a pretty energetic man. He's, I don't. It's kind of like it's kind of similar to Mr. Beast. I know of Mr. Beast. I don't watch any of his content, but yeah, he seems like a pretty interesting guy.
Also did something similar 20 years earlier during the Viking missions of 1976. That was the first time the American space program had ever landed on Mars, and scientists were eager to find the first signs of Martian life. They had the Viking probe conduct a simple experiment where it scooped up a small amount of Martian soil and then squirted it with a mixture of water and nutrients. The idea was that if there were microbes alive in the soil, then they would drink the water, eat the food, and create a byproduct, very similar to what we've been talking about so far. And in this case, NASA was specifically looking for the release of CO2 gas from the sample. And that is exactly what they found. After the nutrient water was added to the soil, it produced CO2, which would indicate a biological process.
Wow.
And for a moment there, scientists thought they had proven the existence of alien life.
That's epic.
But the celebration didn't last long. While alien biology is one explanation for the CO2, it's not the only explanation. There are plenty of chemical combinations that can produce CO2 gas, like when you add vinegar to baking soda. Neither of those things are alive, and there was no evidence of organic material found in the Viking soil samples, meaning there were none of the ingredients for life to exist in the first place. So all they really had was a bit of CO2 gas, and the experiment was labeled inconclusive. The astronomer Carl Sagan coined a very important phrase on his 1980s television show Cosmos. He would often say, "Extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence." And that is the route that NASA is taking with their latest discovery on Mars. In the year since the leopard spots were first discovered, scientists from around the world have been trying to prove that this is not a discovery of alien life. Just look at how many names are included on this research paper. If the evidence can hold up under extreme scrutiny and no other reasonable explanation can be found...
Where does the greeting "Hello, the Internet" come from? I just started it when I began the channel. I just wanted to address... the platform, and the Internet was the platform. Hello, the Internet. Yeah, I don't know. Just guess I've just been saying it without even thinking about it. It's just the way I open up my streams, my videos. Hello, the Internet. It's pretty dumb, really, isn't it? Like, there's probably a better opening. What's Philly D? Hello. What's up, you beautiful bastards? I mean, that's... What is up, thrill seekers? Ha ha. Yeah, I don't know. I just decided with "Hello, the Internet."
Then it might just be...
I think the idea it was that you don't ever refer to people on the Internet as the Internet as a whole. I just farted.
Considered extraordinary. And that is where we are right now. There are only two other potential explanations for the leopard spots that could...
People usually say, "What's up, YouTube?"
Theory.
Yeah.
One is a high-temperature reaction.
What's
the
up,
dark
YouTube?
patterns could have been formed by very hot water in the range of 150 to 200 degrees Celsius.
I apologize there, folks. I just refreshed my DLive, and yeah, unbeknownst to me, it's not on. That's definitely a Beam thing. Beam obviously turns that on and off with the will of the nil. So I'm going to just turn it back on and back off again. Sorry, DLive. That's been a feature for quite a while. I just turned it off on DLive. Mr. Beats starts like today. We'll be donating 10,000. He starts with today. He's very energetic, Mr. Beast. So I apologize, DLive. You've been off for a little while, and now I just put you back on. And that's usually a feature of yeah, okay, so it's back up on DLive. I thought DLive was up today, but it wasn't. It was down. Okay, my bad. It's all good.
Acted with the rock at some point billions of years ago. But the surface of Mars is cold, and there's no evidence to suggest that this riverbed was ever subjected to high heat of any kind. We also know that Vivianites specifically can only form at low temperature. They would actually have been destroyed by heat if there ever had been any. So this probably didn't happen. And explanation 2 is an acidic water reaction, which says that the spots might have been formed by a very long-term exposure to a very acidic liquid. But there's no other evidence in the rock to suggest that it was ever covered in acid. In fact, they also discovered a mineral called olivine in the same rock, and olivine can't form in an acidic environment. So this probably didn't happen either. And that leaves us with the alien microbes. In this case, it's the only theory that can't be disproven. So by the process of elimination, it's the theory that is most likely to be correct, which means that for the first time ever, we can confidently say that there was probably life on Mars. And this is wild. It would mean that life is not exclusive to the Earth. You don't need some incredibly rare set of circumstances for this process to begin. All you need are the key ingredients, which is basically just liquid water and organic matter. And anywhere in the universe where we find those ingredients, we will find life. But unfortunately, we still can't say this with 100% certainty. And that's because we know the evidence is not complete. There is only so much that the instruments on board Perseverance can tell us. This is a mobile research laboratory that was blasted into space and then landed on Mars. It can do a lot, but it can't do everything. There are so many more tests that we could run on the leopard spots if we had access to the sample here on Earth. But we don't. And it could be some time before we ever do, if ever. Perseverance has collected 27 rock cores from the Jezero crater and its surrounding riverbeds. It cuts them out and then stores them in metal tubes.
It's interesting that they refer to it as a riverbed, like a river. A river indicates water, right? Now, they're not saying that there was water there, though. They're saying they think that there was water there, but what? So they shouldn't be calling it a river then. Amrex, remember when you did an AMA, but you refused to answer questions about mushrooms? What was the reason for that? Don't remember refusing to answer a question about a mushroom. Yo, Geewurlikers. Redox? How you doing, Redox? I don't remember refusing to answer questions about mushrooms. You're still alive after the spider bite. You might want to rewind to catch that part of the stream.
That are then left behind on the surface. The plan was always that another Mars rover would follow along in the near future and collect the samples, then load them up into a return vehicle that would blast off from Mars and eventually land on Earth with the rocks in tow. Mars sample return is complicated and expensive, and as of right now, the US government does not want to pay the cost for NASA to complete the mission. They'd rather someone else do it. And even though NASA has more experience landing on Mars...
Wait, you're asking if I'm still alive after the spider bite and I didn't answer and you said a yes or no would do? Do I have to say it? Come on, man.
Any other organization in the world. In fact, the only other space agency that has ever landed successfully on Mars is China. The Chinese have their own Mars sample return mission planned. It's scheduled to launch in 2028 and arrive back home with the Martian rock in 2032. The Chinese can afford it. They probably have the technical capability to pull it off, and now they know exactly where to go looking for the first
Imagine believing in
evidence
space, so fake and ridiculous, all CGI.
of extraterrestrial life. Not that it should really matter who discovers what, right? This is about science, but it also does kind of matter, doesn't it? This is science that will change everything we think we know about life and the universe, and NASA is so close, yet so far
Did I
away.
see the Joe Rogan mushroom guy? He describes the value of mushrooms. No, I didn't see that. I don't typically watch Joe Rogan unless there's someone that I want to be, unless there's someone that I'm following that I want to see how they went on the show. I don't watch Joe Rogan. There are some podcasts I listen to regardless of who the guest is, but Joe Rogan's not one of them. Yeah, but I didn't see that one.
But it's important to remember that none of this is impossible. The money is there. We just need the collective will to spend it on a project that will be hard, that might fail, and will have a timeline that extends beyond the 4-year election cycle. So it very well could be that a discovery like this, the first real evidence of extraterrestrial life, is exactly what we needed at this moment to
In all of that conversation, they were never talking about what I thought they were referring to. What's that little black triangle thing in the center of the frame? That's what I thought they were talking about the whole time, but it wasn't. So here we go. Anyway, Brisbane River Drone Show. This should be interesting. Why haven't we been back to the moon since 74? I don't know, but isn't there conversation about a moon flight in like the next year or so? I don't know why we haven't been back. They say that we lost the technology, which is a strange phrase. We lost the technology. I thought technology only crept forward. But I do remember we asked, or someone asked this once before on a stream, and I think we investigated it. And there are several, at least 2 different planned missions back to the moon coming up in the not too distant future, like in either a year or 2 from now. Because it's now 2025, and I feel like we looked at that in 2023 or something. Anyway, drones are fake as well. This just in. Skylore. The moon landing never happened. Nobody can land on the moon because it's not a physical object. The moon landing did happen. People have landed on the moon. It is a physical object. Spirit of the whale?
Welcome to Brisbane Festival and Skylore, where ancient knowledge meets cutting-edge technology in a celebration of culture, community and connection. Brisbane Festival, the Courier Mail and Southbank Corporation proudly present Nieergoo, Spirit of the Whale, directed by Shannon Ruska of Tribal Experiences, with original composition by Guy Webster. Brisbane Festival greatly acknowledges the support of key stakeholders, Queensland Government throughout Queensland and Brisbane City Council. This project is also supported through the Giving Program by Philip Bacon AO. And now, we thank you for joining us as we witness together the flight of 500 drones taking to the sky to light up this 65,000-year-old story.
Can I just go out on a limb here and say something that might be frowned upon? Drone shows? Meh. Just hear me out here. What is so amazing about someone with a computer program plotting out these drones to form a formation that appears to look like a whale or an Olympic runner or a javelin thrower? Like, to be completely fair, all we're seeing here is some dickhead with a MacBook programming it and then pressing go. There's not much more to it than that, right? Like back in the day, fireworks displays, the fireworks have to be positioned, angled, they've got to be lit, they've got to be set up in the right angles, they've got to do all this, anything could happen. These are just drones. Like I can fly a drone, you can fly a drone. Put 2 drones together, fly them together, get a computer program to make that happen, then you have to sit back and watch it happen. I don't know. I feel like this technology, it's early, and the more I see these, yeah, and don't get me wrong, they're spectacular. They look visually stunning, but the actual thing that we're seeing, it's a bit meh. It's just someone programming it. Robert, I'm good. This was in September this year while River Fire was on. It looked epic, like Sydney one you showed a few years ago. Yeah, look, don't get me wrong. They're always impressive and they are awe-inspiring. But when you actually think about what we're seeing, we're just seeing someone's programming skills. It's like looking at a really nice looking website. The website's in front of you on your screen. It looks beautiful. It renders correctly. It's got this, it's got that. It's beautiful. Look.
Look, they hadn't updated the process, so I hadn't heard the change.
Context.
Hands-on. But you see, it's a collar up, a chicken, a pop, Capish, and a call, whatever it in a save of the shape and
I've got to change that alert. Thank you, Comptech. That's way too long. Thank you, Comptech. Appreciate that. The sub, man. The sub to the kick. Thank you, Comptech. Yeah, I don't know. I might be the odd one out here, but I think drone shows not that impressive. Yeah, I'll stand out. I'll stand out on a limb. Now let's all get inspired by this beautiful computer programming. But because you know what it is? You know what makes this rad is that it's new. This technology is new, right? In 20, 30 years from now, you're going to say like, they used to put lights on drones. Whoa, that's so 2020, man. Like, you know, they're flying them around the city and it looks against the dark black sky. It looks lovely. Yeah, they got better shit now. Humans are scheduled to return to the moon with the Artemis 3 mission, currently planned for mid-2027. There you go. Doing a test flight mid-next year. There you go.
The Brisbane River out to the port, you will find a string of beautiful islands, the Moreton Bay Islands, but they weren't always there. It was this way. At that time, Moreton Island, Stradbroke, St Helena, Mud.
Also, just to poo-poo this even further, this kind of show only looks good from one vantage point. Like if you're not right here in front of it, square on, you're not getting the if you're off to the side, you're not getting the same view that the guy sitting in front of it is. So like, it's pretty limited, right? If it's not hard enough already to get a good spot to watch the Sydney Harbour fireworks at New Year's Eve, imagine having to also only be in one little spot to catch this crap. Like I don't want to go anywhere near that. That's a, you know, I don't want to like taunt fate, but that's a terrorist hotspot waiting to pop off, right? Everybody crammed into one little tiny spot to watch a drone light show. You know, if you wanted to instigate mass panic and mass harm amongst as many people as possible, get it at a drone show.
And Coochie Mudlow and all those little islands joined the Australian mainland. And it was one big landmass. It was a beautiful place, populated by many tribes with vibrant landscapes.
Oh, chicken.
Animal clans flourished on the land and in the water.
Look, don't get me wrong, it's impressive. Like we didn't know that those drones were there. Well, we knew that they were there, but they just repositioned themselves to make them look bigger. Like that. Look, like I said, it's impressive. It's awe-inspiring. Don't forget, someone just programmed this. They pressed a button and it went. You're basically, when you're saying this is so sick, I want to go and see the drone show, you're basically saying I love computer programming and developing. I want to go and pay my gratitude to the computer programmers and developers. That's what you're looking at here.
Wagon the Crow, the head of his tribe, led his clan through the mountain ranges and along the valleys of southeast Queensland. His nephew, Milton the Chicken Hawk, a sharp hunter, skillfully captured his prey along the coastline. And just off the coast was a majestic creature of the deeper waters, the whale. We call him Nieergoo. also a time of war.
I like it how there's just like cars driving behind it, like commuting home from work in the evening. They're like, the fuck's going on over there? All those lights in the sky.
An epic fight raged between the animal totems of the inland tribes and the saltwater clans. A battle for territory. The birds, Wagon the crow, and Milton the chicken hawk waged war with Nieergoo the whale.
All right, I'm sorry. I'm going to have to skip forward here. I mean, it's impressive, but it's not blowing my head off. Okay, so we've already seen a whale. I mean, I can see a whale by looking out my door here. That's pretty cool. Skywriting. Yeah, I don't know. That doesn't do too much for me, but maybe it does for you. What's this? Why it's impossible to play September's melody, Earth, Wind and Fire.
What's the first word that comes to your mind when you think of September?
21st.
September. You said September.
That's what I'm thinking. I think it's September. Do you remember?
Any idea how
I
much?
better be careful here. I'm on YouTube. This is definitely going to be copyrighted. Just keep my eye. Actually, I'll open up my email client just in case I get a message about copyright stinging on the machines. I got to open up Gmail here, dudes. Just give me a second. I don't want to be getting a copyright sting, but I've got my email client open, so that'll help me.
Crap is in this trap. They freaking tuned the congas.
That's true.
All that and more today on Professional Musicians React. Welcome to Professional Musicians React. We got an awesome day today. We are listening to Earth, Wind and Fire, September. Woo! We got Charles Jones. Charles has played with Raphael Sadiq. Wolfpack did a tune with Wolfpack a couple of years ago. We got Ryan Lerman here. Ryan has played with John Legend and folks like Ben Folds, played bass for Ben Folds for many years. We got Tim Sonnenfeld.
Has he now? Ryan Lerman played bass with Ben Folds 5. That reminds me then, let's go to my website, scroll down to the full list of bands, choose the letter B, go down to Ben Folds 5 at the Entertainment Centre and at the Thebby. Let's see if I had photographs of this gentleman playing bass. I think I do. Yes, that's the image I was thinking of. Take a look at this. There he is right there. What's his name again? Ryan Lerman. Ryan Lerman there. What about this other gig at the Thebby? I think this was just a piano. Oh no, this is Ben Folds 5, not Ben Folds. Yeah. So that's not the same. But Ben Folds, when he's lacking his 5, he has 3 others. And that's Ryan Lerman right there.
With John Legend and folks like Ben Folds, played bass for Ben Folds for many years. We got Tim Sonnenfeld, who's engineering today, and you're hearing his voiceover talk back here. My name is Jack Conti. I'm the CEO of Patreon. And
Dude,
we're gonna
I knew I'd seen this guy before somewhere. The CEO of Patreon. Never photographed them.
dive into Earth, Wind and Fire September. Before we dive in, what are you listening to right now?
Willy Wonka soundtrack.
They missed a great chance for a gag there. What are you listening to right now? You talking.
Like pure imagination.
One of the greatest songs of all time.
One of the greatest song orchestrations.
Oh my God.
All time.
We'll begin.
Definitely copyrighted.
Traveling.
Definitely copyrighted that. Skip past that.
Mind. His record, his self-titled
Oh, we didn't hear what
record
Ryan's
was recorded
listening
in
to.
the It blew my mind.
In the world.
Do you know Lewis Taylor?
Lewis Taylor.
It blew my mind. His record, his self-titled record was recorded in the 90s, I think. And he's playing everything, and it's insane.
So come on, won't you let me?
My most listened to record is Impressions for Headphones by Brian Green. This record puts me in a zone. It's like, it makes me feel like I'm driving through the rain, and it's beautiful. It's a feeling the whole way through. It's lo-fi, it's gorgeous.
I love that record.
It's a great record. All right, let's dive in. We got Earth, Wind & Fire, September. This song was originally released as a single. It wasn't on a record. Did you know that?
No.
It's on the best of Earth, Wind & Fire.
Comprehend that today. This song was actually originally released only as a single. It didn't even get on a record. Kids these days would be like, huh? Hold my beer, what's a single? Everything's a single now. There are no records. And if there are, people like Taylor Swift put out 30 versions of them. I'll put it out with a yellow cover, and now it's the same album with a different color, and so kids go and buy it again. Hey Gibbs, how big was the spider? Neskis, we have a video of it at the beginning of this stream. It was about that big. About that big.
Volume 1.
That's what it came out.
Sorry, do a compilation?
Yeah, it's on. That's the record that it's on, like officially, because it was a single. This song was released in 1978 in November.
Oh my God.
Produced by Maurice White, the band leader. Maurice also played with Etta James, Chuck Berry, Buddy Guy.
Copyrighted music. They mustn't have monetization turned on. I'm carefully watching my stream here. I got my eye on YouTube because they're going to be like, hey dude, this doesn't belong to you. Get that out of there. Okay. When we get to the commentary.
Makes me want to go to a bar mitzvah.
Wait, in all seriousness, one thing I love about the song is it is a party start to finish.
Oh my God.
Can you play? Yes. Yeah, do you hear that?
Yeah, I hear it.
It's totally a wind-up. It's like, ladies and gentlemen. It's so great.
He said, listen, you're going to hear this damn part.
I love it.
I like this concept, these three guys just getting off on music. This is cool. I haven't watched this. What's this channel called? DeadWax. This is cool. Yeah, I'm digging this.
Charles, when we sat down right before we started listening to this, right before we turned on the cameras, you were playing the tune on keys.
Yeah.
Can you just play what you played?
So I was playing, do you remember? Yeah.
You don't hear that anywhere.
Nope. You do not.
That
you do
is
not.
constructed
with
a lot of different melodic lines happening at the same time, almost like, you know, a great Bach piece is lots of melodies at once. The bass player, boom, 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 boom. Yeah. And then the guitar doing
And then so on the left hand, you have that guitar, dun, 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 and then the guitar on the right is going, dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
The James Brown thing.
Yeah.
And then when you combine all those individual lines, you get harmony.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nobody's playing the chords. It's these wonderfully composed intersecting counterpoint lines.
Yeah, that's what makes a genius of them.
Yes.
That's cool.
Counterpoint lines are two melodic lines that are doing different things and moving sometimes in opposite directions, sometimes in similar directions, but playing different melodies.
It's insane. Like
I think
so
Tool are very, very well known for that. By the way, this channel, I feel like I might have a new favorite channel here. I just want to have a quick look at what else they've done. This looks rad. What a great concept. They just break down cool music. Drumming with feel, most famous drum fills ever. Miley Cyrus sound. Bass collaborations. So what's this called? Why It's Impossible to Play September's Melody. This is really cool, man. 6 days ago. Favorite songs. Yeah, okay. Do they ever do a live stream? Yeah, they have. 3 years ago. They mustn't have, that didn't stick. They didn't like live. Yeah, I'm digging, I really dig this concept of a channel.
so many things going on. Even the crazy thing about this also is even in the percussion, the percussions are making chords. So like you have like the conga. I think the conga's playing at one point like an F sharp. And then there's like a constant, I don't know what's playing, but there's like a constant thing.
On the backbeats.
On the backbeat that's like hitting a tonic every time.
Yes. Yes.
And then like goes to
in
like
the right side, right?
Yeah, on the right side. Exactly.
Can we listen to that? Listen to this.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not on the backbeats.
Every single thing is tuned. Like every single thing. Like.
Do you know what the funny thing about all this talk is? More than likely, if you spoke with the people from the session, they'd be like, that was all freeform. That was the third take out of like 5, and we just kept that one. And the dudes that were doing that, they were just doing it that was the one-off, more than likely. I love that about music.
Every song, that's what I was zoning into. I was like, wait a minute, that's tuned, that's tuned, that's tuned, that's tuned. Like
you do have perfect pitch, right?
I do have perfect pitch, yeah. I'm sure because of
cheating.
It must be 100 tracks. And they're so meticulously crafted. Each one of them, they freaking tuned the congas. You know what's funny though? Like, man, they left the piano in, but it's almost, first of all, it sounds like a tack piano to me. It's a super bright piano, right? There's like no low end. It's just all top.
Yeah, it sounds like a CP70.
It does sound like a CP70 or a CP80, yeah.
Yeah. The CP70 is an electric piano. It looks like a grand piano that was used in the late 70s.
They leave it so low in the mix. You almost, like, I didn't even know, when I think of September, I don't hear a piano part in my head.
Right.
Yeah.
But I bet if you muted it, you'd feel it missing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's taking up a
Yes.
sonic space. There's just so much other stuff to pay attention to.
Yeah.
To me, this is just like,
Yes.
what a feat of mixing.
Yes.
Like, do you have any idea how much crap is in this track? I mean, there's like 3 guitar parts. There's like 8 vocal tracks. There's a horn section. There's strings. There's percussion. There's drums, and everything sounds like exactly where it should be. You can pick out all the different parts.
It feels like the orchestral sensibilities of the 50s, those Bing Crosby recordings with, you know, strings and horns and you know, symphonic orchestration.
In the east.
Plus the funk musicianship of the 60s and 70s.
Oh, baby, give me one more chance.
And you combine those two things and you get the orchestra plus those just tight musicians that are playing so well together.
Everything is talking together so well. It's like hearing this song now because it's like bop, bop, ba-da-da, ba-da-da, bop, bop, and then a bop, bop, and then it ends go bop, 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 bop. And then where at one point, like where the horns go bop, it's a masterclass.
We just got to use the last 30 seconds.
I'm going to go back and watch what just happened 5 or 6 times. That was incredible.
Charles, talk us through this sus chord coming out of the chorus. It's such an iconic sound, that sort of kitchen sink chord. Every funk band and their mothers does it now. Scary Pockets does it all the time. It's kind of like our go-to like turnaround chord. Yes.
Yeah.
Which is
just many notes though, but yeah. Then and then the vocal. Is it over there?
Yeah. What is that? That's a 1 and a 5, right?
Yep. It's just a 1, 3, 5. When you have like polychords and like and different instrumentation and things, like it makes it sound so much better than when one instrument's playing all that.
Yeah.
It's so nice.
Exactly.
Okay, so question for you.
Yeah.
Let's talk about process for a second. When they were doing this, does the band get into the studio, they record the rhythm section first?
No.
And then they send it to a horn
I don't know for a fact, but I reckon they did all this in live in the studio.
and string arranger? They're in such tight conversation with each other. It makes me feel like there was collaboration early on in the process.
I just think there is, because when you see them live, it's a collective. It's just like I went to the 40th anniversary concert in Vegas, and it just was like they had strings, they had horns, they had everything, and it's just like every element was valued. It wasn't like one thing was more important than the other. It's just like the horns felt like they were just as important as Philip Bailey singing Reasons.
Yeah.
Reasons, you know.
If he's singing lead and I'll sing the high part, I'll keep the balance within the structure, and then when I'm singing something, he'll keep the high part. So we go back and forth. As long as one of us is present vocally in the stage production, it keeps the sound. Dig what I'm saying?
One little topic to check out is the lyric "Body-ya."
Yeah, well, okay.
You might not want to bring this up because you're a humble guy, but we should talk about one of the seminal covers of this song by a band called Pomplamoose. And I remember when this came out, and one of the writers of the song got in touch with you because she liked it, Allie Willis.
Yep.
And you went over she invited you to come to her house to write with her.
She did.
And did she tell you the story of Body-ya?
I don't remember if that's how I heard about it, but I think it was that, yes. And after meeting her, it became very clear how that happened. But Allie Willis, who was in the studio with the band when they wrote the song, is a very like instinct-driven, whatever comes out of my mouth kind of songwriter. She'll just be like, and then she's like, okay, that's the hook. Let's build a whole song around that. And like she just like it just like came out. You know, she's like all instinct, all impulse.
Yeah.
But it's just like gold that comes out.
Maurice really taught me the most important song lesson I ever got, which was never let the lyric get in the way of the groove. That if this sounds great, this is, what it's going to be.
Do you know which other song today, like...
Can we just pause to admire all the color in that shot? Like, look at her beanie, yellow. Look at the yellow on her, like her jacket. Look at the yellow on her shirt. Look at the yellow on that guitar neck behind her. Look at the yellow on the lighting behind her. It's all just popped off perfectly. And even this little yellow light on top of whatever, is that an amp there or something? Just that little refracting light there. Just looks, that's just a beautifully lit shot, and color matched it just perfect.
Is, what it's going to be.
Do you know which other song today, like, where the primary lyric is Body-ya?
Isn't like a Doja Cat song? Megan Thee Stallion?
Thee Stallion. Body-yaddy, yaddy, 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 yaddy. Yeah.
Wait, are they saying body or buddy? Buddy, like friend, or body?
Her body. She's
talking about her body.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you for the clarification.
Not body yaddy.
No,
it's like body
yaddy, but it sounds exactly the same. No, if you just change the meaning of it.
Interesting.
It's the same word, isn't it?
Factoids and get into some questions. Before we do that, we make these videos every week. If you like them, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like the video. Every like helps. Every subscribe helps. We're coming out with new episodes of Professional Musicians React every week. New songs.
I reckon
new
you've got
artists,
me, Jack Conti. Hey, that works. You've got me, Conti. This works. I like this idea. Can learn too. Learn about music.
New albums, new bass lines. So definitely subscribe if you're enjoying
What's it called again?
Let's get into.
Channel's called Dead Wax. I got to put that in my because this is Firefox. I don't use this.
Some factoids for the lightning.
This is just my streaming
round here. How did Earth, Wind, and Fire get their name?
It's a great
I
question.
feel like I should know this.
Great question.
Don't.
Earth, Wind, and Fire got their name from founding member Maurice White's astrological sign. White's sign is Sagittarius, which has the primary elemental quality of fire and the seasonal qualities of earth and air. Earth, air, and fire didn't sound right, so air became wind.
Yeah.
That's cool. Earth, Wind, and Fire.
What sport has adopted September as its theme song?
There's a sport with this as its theme song?
Yes.
I don't know.
I have no
Soccer.
idea. Soccer?
No way.
Everybody loves soccer.
What do you got, Charles? What key do you want me to sing in?
You can sing any key you want. I don't care.
Whoa, 1, 2, 3. Whoa, whoa. England are in Russia. Whoa, whoa. Drinking all the vodka. Whoa, whoa. England's going all the way.
I don't know. I just like in my mind. I just wonder like if they took the melody and then like.
Wait, Charles, I just got to ask for a second. I don't understand perfect pitch. Can you explain to us what it's like?
I just like I hear notes and I know what key songs are in, but here's the because many people don't talk about like the curse of it.
Okay.
So here's the caveat. This is the part that sucks. I had a gig at somebody's house and their piano was literally a whole step out of tune. So I'm playing, so like let's say I'm playing an F, right? You know? And it's a G. I constantly, in every chord,
you're hearing something.
I'm hearing something different, and I'm constantly trying to change it to the key.
Okay, so for folks who don't know, here's what perfect pitch is. Charles, don't look at my hands.
Okay. F, D, B flat.
You can hear notes like we see colors. Like
Yes.
Jack and I look at that, we're like green, red. For you, notes are like that, right? Where as soon as it happens, you just know what it is.
That's
like this.
F sharp, yeah.
That'll never stop tickling me. Okay, we're wrapping
That's pretty
up.
cool. Like to have that ability. I mean, I guess you're born with that, or you probably could learn it as well. But it's probably best to be born with that.
Here, we got a couple questions from Discord subscribers, Discord members before we call it here. This one is from Jeff Sorensen from our Discord. The question is, what touring ritual do you miss the most? What part of touring do you miss the least?
Y'all can go
The
first.
second part of your question, Jeff, is Ryan's farts. I miss those. No, I'm just kidding. No, I miss honestly being in a van with people.
Really?
I love the 6-hour drives between cities. Being in a
Spoken
van,
like someone who hasn't done enough van touring.
I don't tour very much. Pamplemousse never really toured. We made our living. We owned our masters, so we made our living from records, not from touring. So we've done, I don't know, half a dozen tours for a week each.
I don't miss the van. I don't miss the van rides. Like I miss reacting to what's happening in the room. So like for me, if I'm doing my own thing, I would change the whole set based upon what the room feels like.
Yo,
And I'd be
Netsky over on Beam.
Let's change everything, you know? And I miss like the spur of the moment of creating that, like being in that space and like feeling the vibe of the people and the energy and friends and, you know, just kind of like, oh, this is what the room is like.
There's also this moment after a good show and you walk back into the green room together and everybody's just fucking high and excited and shouting and like, I miss that moment a lot. That was fun.
After a good show for me, like I had that, we have this like collective moment of quietness. Like we'll get through a show and we'll come back and we'll just kind of sit and look at each other and we'll like be silent for like.
So yeah, that's more my thoughts. I was gonna say this is a real. I was like, yeah, I don't like those those moments. I'm just like, okay.
But like, that was something.
Wow. One of my favorite parts of touring is my ritual. Is I'll just like put on my headphones and walk through like a new city. You know what your day looks like. You know you're gonna do your thing, and then you're gonna sound check, and then you're gonna get dinner with your friends, and then it's just like that sort of anticipation of looking forward to stuff, being in a new city, listening to good music. Those are my favorite moments.
So I got a similar vibe from the Tracer days. You got your day all planned out and you know what you're going to be doing. It's kind of fun. Netskis, so the multi is working again. I watched your 4-minute video. So I'm going to keep that video on Beam as a VOD, but I haven't turned on all the outputs. I've only got like the basics on. I've got like YouTube, Twitch, Trovo, DLive, Kick, and that's it. I think I didn't those new ones. I'm just not going to bother with them. It's too much of a hassle. If that's what the problem was, that these new multi-streaming outputs aren't fully tested yet, I'm not going to be the guinea pig. But yeah, it seems to be working for what we need it.
Shows are fun too. I guess it depends on who you're touring.
I multi-streamed off here last night for many hours. To which platforms though? Which platforms did you use? Because I mean, you probably saw it in the Discord, but like this whole sense of it's got to be you, dude. You gives a minute. You must have changed something. No, I fucking didn't. I just added these new platforms that you guys said were available to use, and everything broke. I was typing as you said that. Yeah, that's cool.
Okay, next question from a Discord member and patron, I'm presuming. Do you have any recommendations for headphones that work well for listening to music?
Wow.
There's this company called Grado headphones, and they make this headphone. It's called like the Model 300, something like that. I love listening to it because it's an open back, so therefore it's not like enclosing, but it's like there. And everything just sounds like the way it should, and it's just really clear.
For studio, Biodynamic DT770s. Those are my favorite.
I use the Sennheiser HD 280s, which they're like, I think they're like $100 or maybe $150. Tim, I want to know what headphones you use.
280s, baby. I'm right
HD
with you.
280s?
That's my favorite headphones.
Oh, shit!
Wow.
There you go, folks.
Yeah.
I won't play that outro because it's playing that song again. But before we wrap up here, Netskis, did you want to answer what were the platforms you were multi-streaming to? Just out of curiosity. I'm just going to check my multi-stream outputs now on Beam as we are here. So yeah, I've got Beam, obviously. I've got YouTube, Kick, Twitch, Restream.io, Trovo, Rumble, Party, Moonbeam, Retake.tv, and DLive. Those are the ones that are online right now that are live. The ones that I turned off, the ones that are off are below that. Odyssey, Stream.place, Pump.fun, Watts.live, and Valora.tv. It's only on Pilled and Beam and separate to DLive. So yeah, I mean, look, I'll just say it. I think from my testing and from the timing when the email came out from Angel, I think they broke multi-streaming. I think adding all these extra platforms like Valora and Watts and Pump.fun and Stream.place and Odyssey, I reckon adding all that broke it, and they weren't willing to admit that in the Discord, so they tried to palm it off as it's your fault. So I turned those off. In fact, I turned all of them off and only streamed to Beam, and it worked the first time. So you have to acknowledge, and the email I got or the Discord message I got from the Valora.tv guy saying whatever they're sending from your multi-stream platform is not working. So that all those things combined tells me that Beamstream.gg broke because they added all these extra multi-stream outputs and they didn't have either the bandwidth or they didn't have the ingest capabilities to do that. Could be the uni chat. I don't think it was anything to do with the chat, but definitely the multi-stream outputs. Because the moment when I say I turned them off, I'm not talking about turning off chat. I'm talking about turning off the outputs. So I sent my stream from OBS to Beam and that's it. And it worked. Anyway, hopefully it still keeps working. I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Cheers, Azizes. Thanks for hanging out anyway for a bit. Hopefully we don't have any more issues like this ever again. Pretty hideous. Catch you on the flippus sidus maximus.
Started out nah, man, that was the play. Streaming every night, building up the sway. But as the site faded, I had to find my way. Now I'm hopping platforms, surfing through the fray. Got my crew behind me, yeah, we call them givers. Chilling IRL, catching all the rivers. Farkle in the chat, bringing lost to the grind. Talking crypto games while we sipping Jack Fine. Keep spinning, yeah, we take our time.
Mike's still live. Yeah, that's still live. Okay. Whatever.
In the moment, the life's a subtle rhyme. vibe, surfing waves day to night. Always look